Gundy making the decision to sit Charles Oakley on the bench and bring in Chris Mills, a more athletic player who can score. And I love Oakley's attitude because he didn't moan, he didn't pout. He sat on the bench and he took it and he's cheering and he's just as happy. And how about the business-like attitude of the New York Knicks? Down 2-0 in the series, no pressure, no sweat. We know what we have to do. Let's come home and win 2.
Well, it's your job as a coach to get the right ingredients on the floor. And the starting team today for New York was not a mix that fit well. Charlie Well did not fit with that group. Neither did Oakley, Johnson, and Ewing together. So Jeff Van Gundy now will have to make a decision tomorrow. How am I going to start the game? I cannot dig myself the kind of hole that I did today in both the first and third quarters.
I think one of the huge advantages the Knicks have is playing tomorrow because Indiana won't have a chance to make adjustments. So the game that you see today very well likely may see the game that you see tomorrow because there's no time to make adjustments.
That was a foul committed by Allen Houston before the ball was thrown in. So Reggie Miller will shoot 2 free throws.
There's a gift for Indiana without any more time ticking off the clock. Reggie Miller goes to the line to shoot 2. It's 1 shot here. A dead ball foul, 1 shot, which he hits. And Indiana gets the ball from the side, which they would actually prefer. A chance if they can hit a 3 to make it a 4-point trip down the floor.
Now, a lot of things can happen here in 52 seconds. You got to sustain your concentration, stay in the game, and don't break down defensively if you're New York right now.
Remember, Al, Reggie Miller in here a few years ago scored 8 points in 8.5 seconds, so they've seen it before. You cannot lose your concentration, turn the ball over. Good, solid defense and rebound.
Mullen bounces it into the lane, and Johnson comes away with it for New York. That was likely Indiana's last chance. They all come to their feet at the Garden. Houston misses the 3, but it scarcely matters now, and Mills grabs the rebound.
Well, Bob, remember the old TV show, In My Day, King for a Day. That's what Chris Childs is today, but you know what, New York, you got to prove it again in 24 hours.
Gee, I remember it as Queen for a Day, but why quibble? Wasn't Jack Bailey the host from the Moulin Rouge in Beverly Hills? Here's Childs. Nothing much matters, including those 2 misses. 3.8 on the clock. Here's what Chris Mills did to back up your point, Zeke. 11 with 7 boards.
And also the fact that Patrick Ewing's presence out on the court energized the Garden and gave his players enough confidence to hang in there when they were being pummeled by Indiana.
Dale Davis will slam one home. All that does is change the final arithmetic. 83-76 New York. Patrick Ewing. First game on this floor since before Christmas. 19 points, 7 rebounds. Chris Childs with a great all-round game. 10 points, 4 boards, 5 assists. Ahmad Rashad with an exceptional game as always.
I have fast one, Patrick, I know before the game you said that you were going to try to take a lesser role and try to do the things that you had to do, try to stay in the background, but it worked out another way. You were so huge today.
Well, you know, I thought the first game I was very rusty, and tonight I wanted to come out and just do whatever I had to do to help this team to win. The other guys were, you know, shots weren't falling, so I tried to step it up a little bit and they would get me the ball.
Tremendous emotional lift. I think just by having you here, it enabled your team to say, Patrick, here we can go out and give it a bigger effort.
Well, it feels good to be back at home in the Garden. I haven't played it here in so long, and it just feels good to come out here and give such a good effort for the fans.
What about Chris Childs? Now, here's a guy that everybody was pointing their fingers at, didn't have a good game in Game 2. I mean, people were talking about just getting him out of here. He comes back and has a strong game today.
Well, Chris played big for us today. He controlled the ball. he did a very good job on the defensive end against Mark Jackson, and he also kicked the ball to the old people.
All right, tomorrow, I guess it's a new day, and I guess you must feel a lot stronger.
Oh, yeah, I feel a lot stronger. I was able to, you know, as we go along, my game gets more and more refined, and my win gets better.
All right, great game, Patrick. We'll see you tomorrow. I've got Chris Childs alongside me now. And Chris, you are the guy that took so much heat in Game 2. Everybody's saying the turnovers, you didn't play very well. How did you get it together and come in and play so strong today?
Well, it's true. You know, I put extra pressure on myself. I don't worry about what other people say. I know what I have to do to help this team win. I haven't been doing it. I'm not looking for any excuses. I just put extra pressure on myself to come out here and play the type of basketball that I can.
Big play over and over, and tremendous job on Reggie Miller.
Well, I enjoy that challenge. You have guys in this league who are great players, and Reggie's a great player. I just try to play as hard as I can, put pressure on him, don't give him any room, because any room that he gets, he has one of the quickest releases in the game, so I just try to stay up on him as much as possible.
All right, the great thing about this, you get to come out and do it again tomorrow.
I'm looking forward to it.
All right, good game, man. All right, back to you, Bob.
Ahmad, thanks. The Pacers were held at 10 points in the fourth quarter, and the last two, just a concession dunk by Dale Davis. They were completely blanked in that fourth quarter, or virtually so. Once again, the final score from New York, the Knicks 83, the Pacers 76. Coming up next, Game 3 of the Western Conference semifinals, the Jazz and the Spurs. For Isaiah Thomas, Doug Collins, and Ahmad Rashad, I'm Bob Costas.